to make some noise for Ida Nilsson, the winner of Transgrancanaria.
It's not very nice to be cramping the whole downhill down from like Pico de Neve. I probably should have been better at drinking and salt earlier in the race. It's a long 2,500 meters downhill when you're kind of cramping. If you go out too slow, I think especially now the last few years, like people don't blow up, but not everyone won't blow up. So at least like if you want to win a race, you kind of need to be in the mix from the start. You can't go out too slow and just catching up. Everyone is so dialed in how to take care of themselves, and they don't slow down so much anymore. But I think it's always safer to go a little bit slower than a tiny bit too fast. Could actually make a lot of minutes slow in the end, and so it's to finding that balance.
Jag tror jag sprang fram snabbt till Skeda. Sen hade jag en ganska dålig klättring upp från Skeda. Och sen började jag krampa så himla mycket. Så att hela nedförslöpningen, det var bara hålla det flytande, men den var inte så vidare snabb. Det var liksom, ja.
I'm not super sensible, so I'm like, it's always this advice that you should train with exactly the thing you're gonna have in the race, and of course that's the right advice I should give, but I personally don't do it too much. I do a little bit, but sometimes it works. Like I just take some random gels, someone has something over, someone else has something else over, and it's fine. But I think I was pretty good straight away, like to get the ultra right. Like I didn't have this major like blow-ups, or that's actually come now. The last few years I had like worse races than I had my first few years. That I was like quite good at the beginning, and then I think when I look back, I was like, oh wow, I barely ate. I mean, now you eat so much carbs every hour and fluids, and then I didn't know. I was like, I grabbed some gels and everything was fine, but I didn't bonk. So I mean, I was fine, but it was just probably I could have run even faster if I took more care and knew about that.
What is the one tip that you wish you would have gotten before?
To not make a really disgusting like peanut butter smoothie and try to eat that halfway. I was like, this will be great. It's a long race, and you get some fat, and you get some. It was like some smoothie I did with bananas and peanut butter and whatever kind of. It's like, this will be great in a soft flask and have halfway, and it's like, no, it's not when you're doing a fast race and it's in the middle of the summer, and no. So that didn't go down very well. For me, like now when I've been racing in hot climate lately, I realized I need to be more dialed in on the salt and the fluid. That have been my biggest problems in the last couple of ultras, that I started to bonk really easy, and I don't get enough fluid and salt. So that's the problem. I need to be more to calculate, so I get the right amount in, and not just like keep running too far without refilling. Even a 50 mile, 100 mile, it's like so far, so you can't even imagine and being like, I'm just going to keep going for so long time, and the distance, like just doing that kind of drive sometimes feels forever, and then you're going to run it. So I think like have small goals. And just like look after yourself, like what can I do in this climb, in this downhill? Do I eat, do I drink? And then to just all the time break it down, so you're kind of in the moment and doing the right things. Because otherwise it feels too far, and you're also not focused on actually the here and now and enjoying and doing your best at the moment. Of course, the shoes are the most important, and that they are comfortable. And I think also this to not have too small shoes, because something could feel right when you're just doing a short run or on the flat. But to think about an ultra, you go downhill a lot. If the toe is right by the front, it will totally screw your toes. And also the feet swells quite a lot, especially a warm ultra. So I think it's nicer to have half a size bigger sometimes to think about that if you, especially the downhill, if it's a lot of meters downhill in one go, and to not destroy your toes.
Amazing job.
I think Coke is really nice in the end of a race, because that's like kind of settles the stomach a bit. It has some chemicals, so it kind of cleans everything out. So for me, that's like the thing that usually works when you feel like gels usually goes away first, and then sports drink is a bit easier to keep doing. And then I think Coke is great in the end of a race, because you get some caffeine and some sugar and fluid. And a lot of people say, like, okay, this was like really life changing, like this a long race and blah blah blah. And I don't know, it's still just racing, it's still just running. It's like other things is much bigger in life. So I don't know if of course it shaped me as a person, but on the other hand, I don't feel like I've changed so much just because of running or racing.